What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at a masterverse new Eternia Tri-Clops action figure. I have been excited to open this one for quite a while. I have had him for a little bit, just kind of chilling out on the shelf. So I'm glad that we're finally getting the opportunity to get him unboxed and to take a look at him. Let's start out with this box. This is the new Eternia new box designed for Masterverse. You can see it says Tri-Clops here on the side. We do have a smaller window to actually show the character, and then we have some really nice artwork here on the front of the box that kind of continues around to the side of the box, which is something a little bit new. We've got Beastman and Skeletor up here. And then as we take a look over at this side of the box, we've got the double mugshot. We've got the close-up of the face and then a full body pose of Trapjaw. Again, really good artwork. And I'm okay with them moving it to this side in the front of the box and doing a little bit smaller window like this. I would just hate to see them totally get rid of the window. I like the window, and I feel like it's a necessary part of an action figure. You want to see what's in that box before you open it up. I'm not a fan of these new boxes that you can't see the actual figure at all. But anyways, let's get on to the back of the box, because the back is also pretty cool. Down here in the wave, we've got King Keldor, who was just released, Tri-Clops, Mechanic, and Battle Armor He-Man. Now, this is the second Battle Armor He-Man that we've got. And in my opinion, this one's better. The review for him should be out later this week. Then we've got some AI-generated pictures of the toy here on the back. Tri-Clops with his sword. It looks like he may have two different swords. Yep, two different swords. So we'll check that out when we get the box opened up. And then a little profile picture down here. Tri-Clops, evil and sees everything. The Technomancer's latest mechanical masterpiece worked perfectly. Dubbed the Multivisor, Tri-Clops gazed into the Paradimension and discovered a new Eternia where the power of Grayskull was up for grabs. So cool little bio on the back, cool box art, cool box, cool figure. Everybody loves Tri-Clops. He's one of the OGs. Let's go ahead and pull him in close and get a better look. All right, everybody, here we have Tri-Clops pulled out of the box, and he is looking extra good. I feel like they did a really great job. This is the second Tri-Clops that we have got from Masterverse, but I feel like this one's just leaps and bounds better over the first one. He came with these additional hands, which are fists. He did come with a right fist, and he came with a left fist in case he needs to duke it out with somebody. So that is always nice when they include extra hands. I do like when they include the slapper, the completely open hand, but they didn't feel it necessary to provide that with this Trapjaw, or I'm sorry, this Tri-Clops this time. So I guess we just get fists and grabbers. As far as weapons and accessories, he came with this bandolier, which we will put on a little bit later in the video. I'm not the biggest fan of this, so I'm probably not going to use it on him as I have him posed, but it is cool that they sent it, and I'm sure that some people will like this. So we'll go ahead and set that to the side for just now. And then he came with an additional visor, and it also has the different eyes on it. Pretty cool. We'll try this one on him in a bit after we take a closer look at that other one there. Go ahead and set it back to the side as well. For the first sword, this is kind of what I would consider your standard Tri-Clops sword. This is kind of reminiscent of what he came with back in the old Origins and Vintage line. So pretty neat to have this sword with him. And then he does come with this right here, so you can put the sword on his back. And then let's go ahead and take a look at this other sword. Get it pulled out of his hand. Now, this sword does have a bit of paint bleed or scrape or rub right here. So a little bit of quality control issues as far as that goes. I'm not sure if that's picking up. It looks like it is. But other than that little blemish there, look at the sword. I think it's picking up the little bit of sparkle. It's definitely like a metallic silver paint. And this gold is probably some of the best gold that they've put out on a masterverse character. It's not that yellow or orangey look. It actually looks like gold. So really pleased with this sword and the metallic look of it. This sword shares the same metallic look, and it does have a little blemish right there in this blade as well. So a couple little spots on the swords, but nothing that I'm going to get too upset about. Now, as far as the figure himself, this green is really nice. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got like some sparkle to it. Let's see if we can turn him around, get the light shining on it. It's just really nice. It has a metallic feel, a green metallic feel. And then he's got the little band that goes around his waist. And you can see there's two little things right here. You'll just unhook those and then it'll slide over top of his head. As far as the belt goes, it's a pretty standard belt, but his loincloth is actually different. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know that's one thing that I appreciate is when they give them different loincloths. I feel like it's generic to just give everybody the same pair of underwear. That's not really how it would be, I don't think. So I'm appreciating the way that Masterverse is kind of giving different underwear, different loincloth type look to these different figures. It does help set them apart. And then his boots have the straps, pretty standard for Masterverse, but these are definitely painted so they show up really well. And then he does have a split toe right here, which I maybe haven't noticed that on any of the other figures, but there's like a little toe split, kind of like a ninja boot. These stands, I just 3D printed those. Those do not come with the figure. As far as his face goes, he is Tri-Clops. So as you can see, he's got this visor and it will turn, but I found it's very stiff. You have to really hold on to his face to get that to turn. So that's something. And then there's what he looks like without any visor. You can kind of see he's got like this metallic circuitry going around his head here. And it is very detailed and sculpted. One thing you'll notice why that's off, it'd be real easy to show you. This head's super loose. This is the loosest Masterverse head that I have received so far. So I don't know what really to say about that. It's just is what it is. He's just got a loose head. So just kind of got to deal with it. It's not too bad, but as you can see, it's very wobbly. So let's try this second visor on him real quick, just see how that fits. You do have to hold his head in place because it does want to move all about. Let's try to turn this one. Yeah, this one's also hard to turn. Whether you turn them to the right or you turn them to the left, they're very stiff. So that's something to keep in mind. The visor's stiff, the head's loose. Yeah, so that's about what we get with that. As far as articulation, you saw a little bit. His head will turn to the left, it'll turn to the right, it will look down at the ground, and it'll look pretty good up in the sky. I'm just going to show the articulation on one side of the body. This side is going to be exactly the same, and we'll do the articulation with the armor on. Just that way you can kind of get an idea of how he will move with it on. So bicep all the way around, or shoulder all the way around. Does have the bicep cut. It's very stiff, but it goes all the way around as well. I'll turn him to the side here so you can see he does have a double jointed elbow. Because of all of his armor, you can't really see the diaphragm cut here. Maybe it's picking up. There's a cut right here that allows him to do like a little bit of crunch forward, backward, and side to side movement. Not a whole lot, but there's enough. I'm going to pull him off these stands real quick just to show you the leg movement. Now, trap jaw. I keep wanting to call him trap jaw. Tri-Clops can do a full split. This is basically Jean-Claude Van Damme right here. Just give him some knives to throw. And then as far as the split goes this way, same thing, just all the way out. I feel like are these the different maybe drop down hips? It feels like, yeah, the hip pulls down a little bit. I don't know if you can notice that or not, but the actual articulation in the hip up here seems to be a little better. It's got a little bit of movement to it. As far as the thigh, we do have the standard Masterverse thigh cut. As always, we have the double jointed knees, as well as the boot swivel and then the articulated ankle, which will go up, down, and spin all around. Now let's go ahead and get Tri-Clops' body posed up here for just a second, and I'm going to spin him around this way, and we will pull his armor off and see what buck he's got. All right, so it's just going to be easier to just pop the whole head off like that. And we can see he's got standard skinny-chested buck. This looks like the same one that came with the Wave 1 He-Man, so I was really hoping that this Tri-Clops might have the new buck, the one that came with the Battle Armor He-Man, but it doesn't look like he does. It looks like he's got more of that standard original skinny buck. He's not wanting to stand for me right now. Let's go ahead and get his head back on him. And his armor. Simple, just snap. And snap. Now we have Tri-Clops all back together. So other than the skinny buck, which you can't really tell because of this nice chest armor that he's wearing right here, I really like this character. I was hoping that he was going to have the bigger chest, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. He's covered up. I plan to keep his armor on him. I just prefer him this way, so there's no really any need to have the bigger chest, I suppose, when you're never going to see it. Let's go ahead and slide this one real quick, just so you guys can see what it's going to look like. I believe it just literally slides over his head like this. Yeah, so that's basically what you're looking at. There he is, waving goodbye. I would have him wave goodbye with the open hand, but, you know, this trap jaw didn't come with an open hand, so just going to have to give you the half open goodbye. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to tell someone you love them. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, turn that notification bell on. That way you can catch all my upcoming videos. The like button and the subscribe button do a tremendous amount of work as far as getting my videos out to other people and helping the channel grow. So I appreciate every single one of you that does that for me, and I'll see you in the next one.